Meanwhile, she was willfully, knowingly, and intentionally working to sabotage, silence, prevent, frustrate, foil, and stop and demolish our voices, which were your voices. I got to emphasize that because I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Joy is crying because she wants us to feel bad because she feels like her voice, her show has been stopped. And while I was effective in staying on her, and she said she was getting up in the middle of the night screaming randomly, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, no!
Potent Pondering, yo, I'm back with another video. Please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I do uploads or I go live. Yo, shout out to Vicki Dillard. I love her. I love the African Diaspora News Channel too. Shout out to Phil over there. That's content that I consume. I implore you. I'm going to put their link below in the comments below. Make sure that you support them. I'm going to put it in the description. Make sure that you support them. Make sure that you support the channel. Yo, I love Vicki Dillard. I've been following her for years, and you know, she chimed in on the whole Joy Reid situation, and I didn't even know that, you know, she had some smoke with Joy Reid before. But nonetheless, yo, I've seen this and I said, yo, I need to share this footage with y'all so that we could go through this and that y'all could see exactly what's going on and how she approached her. And I definitely agree with some talking with a lot of 100% of the talking points that she had in regards to Joy Reid. Listen, I don't want to waste no time. Let's get straight into it, yo. Let's go.
Family, I have been known a time or two for having this very extraordinary discussion on the person that is the main topic today. That is Miss Joy Reid, formerly, used to be, not now, used to be, of MSNBC. I have been discussing Joy Reid for years. And family, there's a very real and strategic reason why I was doing that. It is not because I am unnecessarily mean and enjoy attacking folk for no reason. No. There is a very strategic reason for which I was discussing Joy Reid relentlessly. We looking for you, because I was on other platforms and other networks and stuff like that for years. And when you gonna talk about Joy? But family, this Joy Reid story has really taken, no exaggeration, all of the media world by storm. Why? Because everybody and their mama is talking about it, because this is so extraordinarily significant. Now, I want to focus on why it is that I discussed Joy Reid, but I want you to get ready to prepare yourself here in the next few moments to watch this video clip. But I wanted to talk about the fact that she ended up she broke her silence and came forward to specifically discuss on another media platform her recent firing at MSNBC. Family, it got quite emotional. Now, as you prepare yourself to get ready to watch this, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not mocking Joy Reid. I'm not making fun of her. Well, Joy Reid served as a voluntary and a deliberate voice against the Black grassroots. I constantly went after Joy and talked about her and many other in media because they use their very large platforms that's quickly dying now. They use the access that they had to government and to the minds of the masses using legacy media and cable media to silence us, to mock us, to censor us. So why was Vicki Dillard constantly going after Joy Reid? Because whenever there was something that went down, like that medical situation that hit the world and we were on lockdowns, when it came to censoring social media, guess who was the voice? One of the first few voices that told the Biden administration, impose the mandates, do this, do that. It was Joy Reid, the Don Lemons of the world, and others similarly situated. I was constantly going after Joy Reid. And I'm going to always be a responsible media person. How does Vicki keep getting it right? I'm a spiritual woman first and foremost. And then later on, I end up getting a confirmation of something, receipts for something. Well, Joy was a big defender of Hillary Clinton.
Listen, I want to talk about the issue that we have with Hillary Clinton. You know, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the 1994 crime bill. Yo, it's so much that goes into that. Like, they enacted that crime bill, and then also policies that was associated with that. First and foremost, if you do your history and look it up, in the 90s, around 1994, crime had been like on a decline, but they still came in and they enforced that crime bill, which impacted, they say communities of color, black people. It impacted the black community. It also had different things where it was like, you know, with people in housing, say you got kicked out of housing for like selling your drugs or whatever. You couldn't get back into housing. You couldn't get Pell Grants. So it really set people up for further failure. And you know that it's already when you come out of prison and you have a felony, it's hard for you to even get a job and to bounce back into society. Yo, that crime bill set a lot of people up for failure. And also, you have to think about it too. Look at the demographic that crime bill impacted, and then you're already subjugated, you know, to certain areas, relegated to certain areas, and it's like poverty. It's like you're forever sinking. And the thing about it is, I'm gonna do a video about that, matter of fact, too. They knew what they was doing with that crime bill with Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? She backed her husband up with that. So that's why a lot of black people have issues with that. But listen, let's continue on.
I believe that she was working behind the scenes to get her talking points from her team. Heck yes. Similarly with Roland Martin. How many of you all know that I was constantly nonstop for the past few years breaking down the fact that Roland Martin's name came up in the WikiLeaks release. Most people did not expect a rejected black bootleg like him to come up in such important documents. But those emails showed that Roland was connected to leaking information to Hillary Clinton's campaign related to a debate question that she was not supposed to have. So he was working hand in hand based on information, credible information. There was evidence of that with her, with the DNC, with the Democratic Party, with the Hillary Clinton campaign. I'm bringing that up because I'm trying to get you all to understand that the people that's supposed to be representing your issues behind the scenes are secretly making sure they get good biscuits. They're only concerned about themselves individually in their little small groups, and they will throw you to the wolves. And they front in your face, and they cuss you out, and they mock you, and they work to censor us. So no, I ain't crying for joy today because she worked to silence us. But I want you to get ready to prepare yourself to watch this brief clip. Are you ready?
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry. That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life, and defended them.
All right, family, did you see that? Miss Joy Reid was uncontrollably crying right there. Just wasn't one or two little tears shed. She had to pause and compose herself because of the emotions of it all. Now, let me tell y'all something. Again, I'm a woman. And I'm a woman, and I get emotional too. It's not about the fact that you cry. It's what you are crying about. Where is my gavel? Talk black to me, somebody. Is Joy Reid, and I also called her Joyless Reid. Did Joyless Reid cry because the Democrat Party refused to give us reparations? Did Joyless Reid cry when the Democrats set up out of Chicago, for example? There are many other places of sabotage by the Democrat Party, their most loyal base after 60 years of voting for them. When the Biden administration was in office and Joy Reid still had her show, did Joy Reid cry about the fact that they pushed for a crime bill and successfully got one for the AAPI community? and then redirected money, $50 million just to their community? Money that was already in the government, and the Democrats did that? And they rejected of doing the same thing for us. Did she cry over that?
Listen, this is what I'm saying. And this is why people have issues with Joy Reid, right? You know how many times black people are targeted, hunted in this country, right? The Asians got a crime bill, anti-Asian crime bill during the pandemic. Joy Reid pushed for that. She promoted that. How can you sit, even with Joy Reid, she's saying her parents are immigrants. Just because your parents are immigrants, listen, shout out to everybody across the diaspora, right? But when you're black American or you're American, it's just like, what about the people first? So you put in all priority on immigrants. Like, I don't care what, listen, even the people who may watch this video, if you're an immigrant, you come from an immigrant family, I have nothing against you. I don't, right? But we got to call a thing of what a thing is. It's just, it's no different from the people in Mexico being upset because they're saying that, you know, gentrification is happening. Everyone's moving to Mexico from all over the world or whatever, and they're, you know, buying up and, you know, gentrifying the areas and pushing people out, right? Well, think about it being America and people over here not receiving any benefits, support, and then the black people who've been a constant target in this country. Where's our anti-hate crime bill at? Where is it at? But the Asians got it. Like, let's really be serious when we talk about this. So no, I don't agree with Joy Reid as it pertains to that. And I think, just like Vicki said, like, she pushes that agenda from the Democrats. Whatever they want her to say and propel, she's gonna give that all. So listen, let's finish this up.
Did Joy cry when they tried to institute stuff online to silence our voices? Did Joy Reid cry when some of us, like myself, was targeted by a so-called fact-checking group? And they put my name in there to misrepresent me and didn't reach out to me to come after me? Did Joy Reid cry over that? Did Joy Reid cry over the fact that her network, how many of y'all saw my broadcast that I did here a couple of years ago on how Tiffany Cross says tried to come for me slick-wise? How many of y'all saw that? Google it. Y'all see it right here in the search engine. Right here on this network. How many of y'all saw I did a broadcast where Jamil Hill called herself trying to come for me? She worked for ESPN before they let her go unceremoniously. How many of you all saw the back-to-back broadcast that we did on Angela Rye when she was dogging us, dogging people that we love and appreciate, and she crying a river because CNN and stuff, and nobody cares for them, and nobody is coming for them anymore. All of her hopes and dreams of going back on mainstream media and getting into the White House as an aide to Capitol Hill, her dreams were dashed. And she cried and cried and cried and cried some more and said that she didn't get and her colleague told me he didn't get out the bed for days. And she said she was getting up in the middle of the night screaming randomly, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. No! I'm not exaggerating. How many of y'all saw the broadcast we did here, family? Why am I bringing that up? The whole time they had those positions, they mocked us. They worked to silence us. They pushed for policies that they know, because we use alternative media, they were pushing for policies that would censor us so that we would not continue to be a competitor to their voices. How many of you all know that the statistics and the statisticians and the demographers show that more and more folks are trusting us, listening to us, and that the cable news networks and legacy media is losing authority and power? How many of you all know Joy was about that life? Now, she's sitting up here talking about the fact in that clip, well, I went hard for Black Lives Matter. She said that she discussed and she does not apologize. What else did she say? For standing up for the LGBTQ community. She said she does not apologize for standing up on behalf of immigrants who just come here to this country for X, Y, and Z.
Listen, standing up for the immigrants, again, coming in this country for X, Y, and Z. What about the Black Americans here? It's like, I'm just tired of the shit show with these people. And let me just tell you something. I don't want to put you in fear or nothing. I am a registered Democrat. I'm not an independent and I'm not a Republican. Let me tell you something. The way that this is shaping up, the Democrats are not going to win the next election either. I don't care if it fears you or what, but it's not going to happen. It's not, man, because a lot of people is woke. They waking up, and the black grassroots, shout out to the Vicki Dillard. Shout out to the Tariq Nasheed, the Black Authority, Jason Black. Shout out to the Millionaire Morning Show, Anton Daniels over there. Those are all channels who I watch and I consume. And I'm happy that I opened my eyes up and I started to look outside of the box. I don't agree with everything that everyone says across the board, but it's a lot of stuff that I experience and I take in and I enrich myself with on a daily basis. So I'm so happy for and also the Black Alpha Network too. Like shout out to all of them. It's so much juicy, good content on YouTube where it's like I had to step away from the celebrity realm and like get into see what like our people talking about on the grassroots level. So listen, check out those content creators that I mentioned as well. So listen, let's continue on.
With her arrogant self, they still chose to silence the very large Black grassroots voice and those that represent them like us, like voices like mine that have been doing this for years and that did it in my own unusual way when the rest of the world mocked me. Joy's buddies, her network, which I brought up a minute ago, MSNBC. How many of you all know that before they fired Tiffany Cross a couple of years ago, that network, MSNBC, specifically her show, Tiffany, she specifically called out one of our Black grassroots voices and told their audience not to listen to us. I gotta emphasize that because I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Joy is crying because she wants us to feel bad because she feels like her voice, her show has been stopped. Meanwhile, she was willfully, knowingly, and intentionally working to sabotage, silence, prevent, frustrate, fall, and stop and demolish our voices, which were your voices. Did Joy Reid bring on anybody like a Vicki Dillard? They tried to silence us, and they were effective to a small degree until they weren't. Did Joy cry when the Democrat mayor out of Chicago, this was a point I was trying to make earlier, when he tried to change the policy to prevent Black Chicagoans from being so effective for attending political meetings? Did Joy Reid do a broadcast on that and cry and say, how dare you try to institute policies to prevent Black voters from coming in? Did Joy Reid say, I did multiple broadcasts, meaning Joy, saying how Republicans are racist because they demand state ID to vote? But did Joy Reid object to the fact that it was a Democrat mayor that says that y'all have to have a state issued ID to come to political meetings? Anybody that did not agree with the way the Democrats were doing the immigration, did Joy Reid bring on any of the overwhelming number of Black voices that kept saying, please stop giving them billions and billions of dollars and ignoring our plight? Why are you guys giving them residence and houses while you stepping over Black homeless people? Why are you giving them SSI for immigrants when Black veterans are sleeping on the streets? Did Joy even bring those on those broadcasts? No, she chose to ignore it. When the Black residents of Chicago, for example, because they were so ignored for so long, remember they told the Democrats, okay, y'all gonna keep playing with us? Y'all gonna keep trying to silence us? We're going to show you something come the week of the Democrat National Convention. Did Joy Reid cry? And did Joy Reid do any broadcast on the fact that Joe Biden said that America is doomed, not only because of Black folks? And then he said that because white folks in America are getting ready to be the minority here come 2040, that they're also doomed? Did Joy cry when he said that? Did she cry when he said, and y'all gonna have to work with the Hispanics? As soon as he said that, mainstream media went out to try to put out little stuff online to say, well, it's out of context. He was making a larger point. No. Did Joy cover that? Did Joy do back-to-back broadcasts and cry when Joe Biden said that we ain't Black if we don't vote for him? And then she sit up here talking about she spoke up for Gaza. Tell the truth. She wasn't even talking about them folks in Gaza until the last minute. It got so outrageous, she was forced to say one or two things. And even then, she didn't even say nothing strong enough because she was getting so much backlash for not saying nothing at all. Now she's trying to fix her legacy. So now that she out, it'll look like she was about that life. I stayed on top of you for years because she worked tirelessly and relentlessly. And like I told y'all before, based on information and belief, I believe she was in direct contact and was getting direct talking points from either Hillary Clinton or her camp to make sure that the stuff that she was saying was always making sure that it would undermine and silence basically what we're doing by pushing whatever the hell it was that the Clintons and the Democrat Party told her to push. There's so much I could say. Why is this important? It's important why I called her out and others like her, and why I was effective in staying on her. It's because these are your modern false prophets. Did you hear what I said? These are your modern false prophets.
Yo, Vicki Dillard ate that up. Shout out to Vicki Dillard. Check out Vicki Dillard TV. Check out the African Diaspora News channel. She's over there. They have an array of different videos they drop every day. Phil goes live every day over there at 7 o'clock. I love his content. Just black media. Shout out to you know, everybody who's making you know, a contribution in the black space as it comes to talking about politics and things like that. So listen, I don't want to do any you know, too much further talking. I just want to touch on the points that she made clear in the video with Joy Reid not holding Democrats accountable when it comes to certain things like the crime bill for Americans, reparations, different things like that. Also, she was a part of the plan to have some sort of policy to censor, you know, censor media that will come from like YouTube, like third-party media, not like the legacy media. So I'm happy that they didn't win, because this is why you have people on those networks trying to be like YouTubers. They're trying to be in tune with the latest. It's like, you know, they want to be like YouTubers. So this is why they giving off that type of energy, and I believe that that's a part of the reason why she got canned. You know what I'm saying? You trying to give it up in a certain way, but you're still answering to the white man. Listen, potent, pondering, never pandering. Listen, make sure that you support this channel. Thumbs up the video, please, if you made it this far. Support the channel. The Cash App is in the description, also in the comments below. Let me know what you think about our sister Vicki Dillard. Check out the African News Diaspora channel. Check out VickiDillard.tv as well. I'm going to find the links and I'll put them in the description as well, so you can check them out. All right, potent, pondering. I'm up out of here. Peace.